Evidently not fast enough, Tom thought, shaking his head in disgust at his own cynicism. Tom turned the page and read on, how in an earlier voyage the captain had been able to avoid detection of a German cruiser by staying hidden in a fog. But there was no fog this time, no escaping the torpedoes. So many souls lost, and so close to safety. There was a screech, and the carriage lurched forwards as the train slowed. Tom looked out of the window. He'd been so transfixed that he hadn't noticed he was almost home. Closing the paper, he saw the headline on the back page. "The Ship That Lost, Mr. Alfred Vanderbilt among the passengers." How could someone famous like Mr. Vanderbilt be gone? Lost with so many others in a callous act of brutality. He folded the paper, tucked it under his arm, and picked up his snap tin from the seat beside him. He glanced out the window again. Seeing they were passing Station Road, he stood and moved towards the carriage door. "Bloody bastards," he muttered as the train lurched to a stop. Swirls of smoke and steam engulfed Tom as he stepped down from the train and walked across the platform, swatting at the stone dust that covered the dark serge jacket that stretched across his broad shoulders. With head bowed, he trudged up the cobbled street, flat cap pulled firmly onto his head. Having worked at the building site all day, his dark hair was sprinkled with dust and stuck out from behind his ears. Glancing up the road past the chapel, he saw a small gathering of people on the corner near Jackson's butcher's shop. At first, he thought it must be the congregation heading for tonight's 6 o'clock service in honour of the men who had enlisted. But as he drew closer, he recognized the people. It was not merely the churchgoers gathering, but most of the village. Faces ashen and lips trembling, they scowled at the broadsheet stuck to the window of the post office. Its stark, bold black font declared the sinking of the Lusitania. The villagers' murmurs buzzed in the air like a swarm of angry bees, friends and neighbours venting their anger at the cruelty of the Germans. "I hear they've been killing babies in Belgium," a woman muttered loudly to her friend. "Well, I read," said the other, but Tom turned away before he heard the rest. "I have to get home and tell Da and Edie the news," he thought. "Surely this'll bring in the Americans. How could they not want to face the Huns now?" Home was Shady Grove, a row of 6 brown brick cottages built by Tom's grandfather back in the 1850s. The cottages sat clustered together along Buxton Road, the main thoroughfare between Chapel-on-the-Frith and Stockport. The large end terrace, with its 3 gleaming windows, faced out towards the street and canal. Smoke drifted from the chimneys as he approached. He crossed the road and walked up to the cottage, pushing open the timber gate. Tom could hear bellowing coming from inside the house. "Edith!" the gruff old voice yelled. "Edith!" Tom strode up the path and opened the front door, stepping into the dimly lit hallway. "Who's that?" demanded the voice. "It's me, Da," Tom said, popping his head around the parlour door. Huddled by the fire sat Tom's father, William, wrapped in a threadbare checked rug, his once rounded face gaunt and wrinkled. His roomy, unfocused eyes flicked towards the sound of Tom's voice. "Where's Edith?" said William, fingers twitching at the rug. "I can't find me specs, and I needs me Bible." Tom smiled sadly at the once proud figure of his father. The spectacles sat perched on William's head, and the Bible lay sprawled on the carpet beside the ancient winged chair. He walked into the room, bent down and placed the Bible in his father's trembling hands, then gently lifted the spectacles off his head and refitted them over his eyes. "There you go, Da," Tom said as he pulled up a stool and sat down. "I have the Daily, if you'd like me to read it to you." Tom unfolded the paper and smoothed it out on his lap. "Aye, what mischief have them Germans been up to now?" William asked. "They've gone and sunk the Lusitania," Tom blurted out. "So many dead, even Mr. D.A. Thomas, that Welsh coalman, that rich one, and the American called Vanderbilt. I reckon that'll bring the American..."